somebody's about to be disappointed because I found this behind the Blu-rays and the regular Blu-rays. It's the last copy. Target.com said they didn't have it at the store. Well, it's mine now. Should be noted, despite the poster and the trailer coming out last week, the poster for Wakanda Forever here still is just that logo with the theater, with the day the movie's coming out in theaters. Alright, so let's head into the movie theater.
Coming soon to Cartoonito. Behind every great superhero is a great set of wheels. Meet the Bat Wheels, heroes turbocharged with fun.
Yeah! Let's go, Bat Wheels.
Redbird.
I'm always ready.
BB.
But you can't catch me.
Batwing.
After all, I am the best.
And Buff. High five. Bat Wheels. Don't miss the Origin Special, coming September 17th to Cartoonito on HBO Max.
George is getting some good sun today. Alrighty, so I just got out of DC League of Super Pets, and all I can honestly say is that the movie is just okay. I mean, it's not really all that funny, but I will say that the animation, the voice work by Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Kate McKinnon, most of the cast, and even most of the emotional moments really stood out the best in this movie, quite honestly. But yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot of funny moments in there. There were a couple moments where I was just kind of like, okay, that was a little bit clever. There was a little bit of funny stuff towards the end of the movie. I like how they actually tied Black Adam into this, because Dwayne Johnson's going to be in Black Adam next after this. But, yeah, for the most part, I didn't have any good real laughs in this. But, like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just, I kind of wish it was a little bit more funnier. But, I mean, I'll take what I can get. I mean, I thought it was just okay. It's not something I'd watch again right away, but I'm glad I saw it. So, with that said, we're about to move on to our next look. Best Buy. Let's head on in. So here's the first big surprise of the day so far. One Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness Steelbook left over. I'm going to delve into this in a little bit later on in the video, but that's actually pretty surprising that that's still there. I'm not going to lie, I kind of want this. And these on the side too. Like, I don't know if I'd ask them if they'd let me have it or not, but I doubt it. But I'd love to get one of these at some point. I've seen this on DVD at Target, but I was kind of hoping Best Buy would have a steelbook for this, just like they have for the first season. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2. I probably might pick this up. Alright, so I'm back in the mall now. I did just come out of Best Buy. I did pick up Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2 on Blu-ray. I'll delve more into that when we get home, and I'll show you everything I got during the week. I did find this out, though, and I think this is very weird, but I kind of get it. Best Buy's charging you 10 cents for a plastic bag, like one of these. One of these that you used to get for free when you bought stuff. Now they're charging you 10 cents for, which I kind of get what they're trying to do. I guess they're trying to help the environment and all that kind of stuff, but because we are trying to reduce the uses of baggage and hopefully down the road to help climate change and all that kind of stuff. But it's still weird, though. It's still really weird that they're doing something like that. I'm wondering if you buy a computer, if you buy an Xbox or a PS5 or anything like that, do they still charge you for the bag there? But it's weird. It's a weird system they've got going on in there. But I'm not gonna lose my mind over it. I'll live. It's 10 cents. I mean, I'll live. So I just found that really weird, though. I'd never thought that I'd have to pay to get a bag at Best Buy. I mean, you do. I know some places do that now, but that's the first time that's ever happened. But again, I asked the lady about it, and they said they just started doing it last week, and I haven't been to Best Buy since the time I went to go see Thor: Love and Thunder a couple weeks ago. So I missed out on that. I'm still trying to look into it, but again, like I said, I'll live. It's 10 cents. I'll move on with my life. But yeah, I still found it kind of weird, though. Time to head into the next destination, Barnes & Noble. The Criterion Collection sale ends tomorrow, so better take advantage today. Found the two I was looking for. Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington and Jennifer Beals, and A Raging Bull. These two are coming home with me. I'll take a look at some of these other ones too and see if I find something, but got the two I wanted. I must have overlooked this one, Shaft. The original Shaft. Oh, you get another one too, Shaft's Big Score. That might be an option too. Still kind of on the fence on this one. This is a great movie, Miller's Crossing, but supposedly this actually is a different version that's actually been out for a long time. They actually cut some scenes out of this. I don't know. I mean, it's worth it to upgrade to Blu-ray, but I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. I'll put it off to the side for now. I didn't know this had a Criterion release, Akira Kurosawa's Dreams. I actually talked about this on a Time About the Movies not too long ago. It did look visually impressive, though. Should I get it now, or should I wait for the next sale? And I'll put it in the pile just in case. Speaking of Time About the Movies, I actually just talked about this one yesterday. Very good movie. That one I might save for the next one. So here's some of the movies I picked up at the Barnes & Noble for the Criterion Collection sale. I did pick up Dreams. I did get Raging Bull. I did get Devil in a Blue Dress. I went ahead and got Shaft, and I also went ahead and got Miller's Crossing. Even though I know this is not the original version of the film, I figured why not upgrade it to Blu-ray. So those are all my pickups from this last weekend of the sale. And now I wait for the next one in November for the other titles. There's a kid screaming. So there you go. Those are all the titles I got. Also, if you couldn't tell, I'm at Red Robin right now having some lunch. Some good old clucks and fries. Chicken tenders and french fries, pretty much. I don't usually collect Loungefly backpacks, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want this one, just for collector's sake. Kind of want that t-shirt. Oh hey, look at that, I found a dime on the floor. There you go, I made my money back on that bag. So I headed back into Barnes & Noble before I left, and check this out. Flatliners, the new Arrow video release. It's on the floor, so it must be for sale. I'm gonna see if I can get it, because I don't think this comes out until... No, it doesn't come out until Tuesday. I don't know, I'm gonna see what happens. Yeah, no luck. I tried to put it right up there. They told me they couldn't sell until Tuesday, so I kind of figured that was going to happen. I'm not too upset about it though, because I did buy a lot of stuff today, and I'm going to show that off to you right now, because we're about to head back home, and I'll show you everything I picked up this week. Alrighty, guys, finally back home after a long day at the mall and the movie theater. I'm going to get into DC League of Super Pets in a little bit. I'm going to get through all the stuff I bought at the mall, and we're going to delve into some of the stuff I've gotten in the past week. Overall, pretty exciting day. There were a couple little things that irked me a little bit. The 10-cent thing at Best Buy for the plastic bag, but as you saw, I did find a dime. It's on the floor in the mall, so really it worked itself out in the end. But I still don't get what they're doing there on that front. But also you saw at the end there, I couldn't get Flatliners because the scan did They said it wasn't supposed to come out until Tuesday, and they just basically told me they couldn't sell it. So, no harm done. Nothing too bad about that one. I could just get it at another time. But other than that, though, it was a pretty exciting day. It was a pretty interesting day here. So, let's go ahead and get right to all the stuff I got over the last week. I'll start with the stuff I got through the mail. Of course, the big new release this week was indeed Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And, of course, that means I had to pre-order the Steelbook. It's a nice-looking Steelbook. You got Benedict Cumberbatch on the front there, and Elizabeth Olsen and Scarlet Witch on the back. And I honestly thought about getting that one copy that I saw at Best Buy and selling it on eBay, but I figured, you know what the heck, I'll just leave it there for somebody else to take. So why not? I mean, I already got my copy, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then excuse me. And then you saw at the beginning of the video, I went to Target on Tuesday, and they had the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness 4K set, which I bought that mostly for the slipcover. It's a nice looking slipcover, and I really didn't need to double dip on this, nor did I need to triple dip on it, as we'll see in just a second. But I figured, why not? Like I said, it's a nice slipcover. I think I have the original. I have 2 copies of the original Doctor Strange, the Best Buy Steelbook, and the original release, so I figured, what the heck, I'll do that. And I wasn't even, and when I went in there the first time, you might have seen it there, I did not see this there. I had to look behind the Blu-ray versions of this, and I found it. The Target exclusive version of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I guess somebody was holding it there to buy it after work or something, or they were just hiding it on purpose. And I found it, so, like I said, finders keepers. So, it was a horrible thing, but you know what, screw it. You need to find a better hiding space for that. I mean, yeah, find a better hiding space for it, then I won't find it. There we go. So there we go. We got the Target version with a nice cover on it, Scarlet Witch on the back, and no, that's a Scarlet. That's a Wanda from WandaVision. Thought that was America Chavez. Got a nice looking interior here. You get a couple of cards. These art cards in here, limited edition art cards. There's the one that's just the cover with a nice glow to it. And then here's another one with a nice looking image. I like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I really do. It really was one of my favorite movies overall of a pretty lackluster summer. I think besides this and Thor Love and Thunder, the movie I really liked was the Bob's Burgers movie. I'm going to get more into that in just a second, but with that said, that is all the versions of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness I picked up this week. And here's another Best Buy release that came out this week. The new Green Lantern movie, Green Lantern Beware My Power, a new animated movie with, can't remember who this Green Lantern is. Jon Stewart, that's who I was thinking of. You got him voiced by Aldous Hodge in this. Jimmy Simpson's also in here. I like the DC Universe animated films. Most of them are very good, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. It's already got to be better than the Ryan Reynolds movie. I mean, honestly. Next up from Amazon, I actually got this last week, and it was actually delivered on Saturday at the place where I get my Amazon packages delivered to me. It's quite close to where I work. They have one of those Amazon lockers, and I had this in there on Saturday. I could have gotten it then, but I waited until Sunday to pick it up. Vampire's Kiss on Blu-ray. Nicolas Cage, Jennifer Beals, Maria Conchita Alonso. Just a great guilty pleasure, over-the-top movie. I've talked about it before on a Time About the Movies episode. I'll put a link to that in the corner. Just a fun movie, and I'm really excited to have a physical copy of this movie. It's just a great, great film. Next up, from Mercari, I have It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the most recent season, Season 15. I picked this up from the same place I got the Bob's Burgers Season 12 set that I showed off a couple weeks ago. And this does include all the episodes from the recent season. And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, man. They are just one of those groups that have really not lost their comedy beat whatsoever. And they even had some good dramatic moments. I mean, Charlie Day has probably one of the greatest dramatic performances I've seen in recent TV. In the second to last episode of the season, or I think it was the last episode of the season. It was the last episode of the season. It literally says it right here. It's in this episode. The gang carries a corpse up the mountain. Watch that episode and see Charlie Day give one of the best damn performances of his acting career. Funny, heartwarming. I can't recommend the show enough. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And the last Blu-ray release, also picked this up from Target, The Lost City, Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. I'm actually kind of surprised it actually took them this long to put it out, because this movie came out in March, and we've already had movies that have been out in April and May, already out on Blu-ray, but Paramount's holding on to these movies for a long period of time. I guess because they still do believe in the theater system. They haven't adapted to the... No, they have adapted to the 45-day system that we have now, because most of these have already been out on Paramount Plus at this point, like this, and also like this one, and also Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which comes out on Blu-ray in a couple of weeks. But Lost City, pretty good movie. I saw it in movie theaters a couple of months ago. I really liked it. I thought it was a very good film. Definitely check it out if you want to see a good action comedy, finally a good action romantic comedy in the vein of something like the Romancing the Stone and the Jewel of the Nile, those movies from the 80s. And then last but not least, I talked about it last week. I was going to wait to do a multiplicity episode with this included, but it finally came to me last week. The Valishard Bob's Burgers movie videotape with and just like with the Chippendale Rescue Rangers tape that I showed off before, great looking VHS here. It looks very dated, but purposely dated. But you can tell it's the Bob's Burgers movie. The credits are on here. There's the back right here. And then let me get here's the card, by the way, if you want to go check their stuff out. I highly recommend doing that, because I think now they have Corpse Bride on video cassette. They have it in a clamshell case. But check this out, man. Like, that looks legit. It looks almost legit, like a 20th Century Fox logo. And it even tells you right here that it's not really a tape. It's like, it says, I don't even know why you're reading all this. Do you? You just watch the movie, bro. I love when a TV show gets a movie and the only difference is the artwork, is that everything is shaded and a little bit more dramatic. Know what I mean? I mean, they're in on the joke. And here's what, you want to know what, you can tell what this tape is actually for. Batman Forever. Which I don't know if they actually put them, I'm guessing it's just Batman Forever on videotape, but they're still fun little collectibles. I do like these ones. I like the other one that I had, the one I showed you last week better, the one from Mosh Pit, but this is still pretty good too. I would have liked it more if I gotten the yellow tape that they had. They had a yellow tape that sold out pretty quickly, but I am glad I finally got a copy of this one here. So that's the Bob's Burgers movie VHS tape. That's everything I picked up this week. Now let's talk about everything I picked up at the mall today. Alright, let's start off with the thing I got from Best Buy. You already saw it already, and I'm obviously going to keep this around because I figure if I'm going to go to Best Buy next time and buy something, I might as well take this with me, because I can just fold it into my pocket, and then after I purchase it, I can just put it back in the bag. So I am definitely going to be holding on to this. So with that said, let's get on to the one pickup I got at Best Buy, and that was, of course, Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2. Like I said, I was very disappointed that they did not put out a new steelbook for this, but I will admit, this is a nice-looking parody of the poster for Wrath of Khan. I know for Season 3 they did a parody of The Search for Spock, and I like that they did that. I like that. Overall, I do like the Star Trek shows on Paramount Plus. I haven't seen the newest one, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, although everyone keeps telling me that's the best of the series, the new series that they put on there. But I have watched Star Trek Picard, I've watched Star Trek Discovery, and I've watched this, and I have liked all of them. I'm one of those few people that really likes all of them. But yeah, Season 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks, pretty good show. Definitely looking forward to checking back on this one again in time for the new season. I just wish they had a steelbook for it like they did with the first season. Maybe down the line they will, because Paramount usually does that. They put something out on regular Blu-ray, and then later on down the line they put it out in steelbook form. Case in point, the Good Burger steelbook I got last week. So that's from Best Buy. Alright, so the Barnes & Noble Criterion Collection sale ended for me today, but if you still want to go out to Barnes & Noble and pick these up for 50% off, they have them still going on until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, but today was my last day to pick these up, so I did buy 5 of them. I did decide to buy more than I was going to go into. Therefore, I only went in there for these two. I only went in there first off for Raging Bull on Blu-ray, the newest edition that just came out earlier this month. So you have here Raging Bull from Martin Scorsese, classic movie, and also The Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington and Jennifer Beals. Great movie, made with the same spirit as something like The Mighty Quinn and Mississippi Masala, and yeah, I wanted to see this movie again, and it's gonna look it is gonna look pretty good on Blu-ray, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. And then these other ones I picked up just because they were there, and I figured, you know what, the sale ends tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen again in November. I can't remember if it's every 3 months, February, July, and November. But just in case that I still have to wait a while, I decided to pick them up anyway. Akira Kurosawa's Dreams, which is something I talked about on Time About the Movies that I wanted to check out. They had it there. I picked it up. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Shaft, the original Shaft, which also has Shaft's big score. I mean, for two movies for $20, that's how much all these were, $20 a piece. So you get 2 movies on Criterion Blu-ray for $10 each. Can't go wrong on that front. And then Miller's Crossing. Now, I have heard about what they've cut out from this particular version. They've actually cut some scenes out of this movie. The Coen brothers did. That was kind of turning me off a little bit, but you know what? I thought to myself, it's worth the risk because I still have the DVD for it. I'm not going to get rid of that anytime soon. Plus, I do want to see this movie in crisper quality. So, I figured, what the hell, I'll pick it up. And like I said, these all cost me $20. Did I get a discount on these, or? Oh no, I did. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I am a Barnes & Noble member. Toy Boat. I am a Barnes & Noble member, and you're supposed to get 20% 20% off on most of the stuff that they have. Most of the stuff they have. Although it did say on looking at signs in there, 20% off of almost everything. So maybe it doesn't include sale stuff, which kind of sucks because they used to be that way, but I guess they changed it in recent years. So that's those are the 5 pickups from Barnes & Noble. I ran into the Hallmark store real quick, and I looked in there, and I saw something in there, and I thought, oh, this is cool. This is the last one that they have. I'm gonna get this because I'm gonna get this. Turns out, when I went to the register, they had a whole stack of these there, so I didn't really need to buy it, but I figured I might as well get it now and save it for next Christmas. T.J. Watt, the new Steelers ornament. I had to go pick this up because, of course, why not? By the way, tune in next week on Movie Stuff because we have something very special planned for next week that involves the Steelers, so a little spoiler for next week. Let's go ahead and go into the next thing that I have here. This next thing's from Hot Topic, and I don't go into Hot Topic and usually buy anything as much as I used to, especially pop figures. Like, when I buy pop figures nowadays, I only buy them if I know that I really need to get them, or if I find them at a good price at a specific place than I did at another place. They had this one at another store in the mall that I didn't record in, Go Calendar Games. They had this in front. They were having a Funko Pop sale of their own, buy one get one 50% off. I saw this there. It was regularly priced at like $13.99. I almost bought it there, but luckily I went back to Hot Topic because they had the Jordan Peele pop figure there for $10. So I made a smart decision going there to find this instead of going up to Go Calendar Games and buying the one that was $13.99. But you got Jordan Peele. You got him wearing the Monkey Paws Productions hat. He's got like a beard. Definitely looks like the picture mostly. Yeah, definitely looks like the picture. And I figured, why not? $10. I love Jordan Peele. I've liked a lot of his movies he's directed. I just saw Nope last week. I already talked about that one in the previous episode. So if you want to go check it out, check out the card right at the top of the corner. But yeah, I got the Jordan Peele pop figure. And then last, but certainly not least, I showed you something from Spencer's that I don't usually buy these. I'm not going to start collecting these. I'm not going to start collecting these. I've seen them around. I've seen them at Hot Topic. They have them there as well. They usually have them at the theme parks down in Florida as well. It's a Loungefly backpack. I wasn't even like I said, I'm not planning on starting a collection of these, but I just had to get this one because this one looks so cool. I did buy the Animaniacs Loungefly backpack. I mean, just look at that. I mean, it looks a lot better than the one I showed you because this was the one that I showed you in the video had like scratches on the logo here, so I had the guy check the top of the thing where they had the backpacks, and there was another one there completely clean. But it's a cool backpack. I mean, the WB logo on the zipper, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot right there coming out of the water tower. You got Brain, you got Pinky, you got the Brain, and I didn't notice this on the back until I saw it. The Goodfellas are there, the Good Feathers. I mean, it's a cool looking backpack, and like I said, I'm not going to start collecting these because this did cost a lot of money. And there it is right there, $75. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it, but I couldn't pass that up, man. I mean, this is a cool looking backpack. I mean, I'm keeping this as a collector's item. I'm not going to sell it anytime soon. It's a collector's item for me. I'm keeping it for myself. And like I said, do not expect me to start buying up all these different Loungefly backpacks, no matter how cool they are. I had to get this one in particular because I just thought this was so badass. I had to get it for myself. So, yeah, that's all the things I picked up at the mall today. So, now that we're done with that, let's talk about DC's League of Super Pets. So, of course, League of Super Pets is the story of Krypto the Superdog, voiced by Dwayne Johnson. He has to save Superman, his owner, and his friend from Krypton, who has been kidnapped by a talking gerbil, or a guinea pig, I should say, voiced by Kate McKinnon, who wants to take over the world. She's been used in science experiments by Lex Luthor, who's voiced in this by Mark Maron, and Lex Luthor is looking for this thing called Orange Kryptonite, which basically he thinks it's going to turn him into a being that could fight Superman, but it actually works more on animals, and so the guinea pig uses it on herself, and all the animals at this animal shelter, including Ace voiced by Kevin Hart, who's a dog, a pig voiced by Vanessa Bayer, a squirrel voiced by Diego Luna, and a turtle voiced by Natasha Lyonne. They get these superpowers, and Krypto has to team up with them to basically get the Justice League back from the clutches of this evil villain. And I mean, like I said before, the movie is just okay. I mean, it's not a great movie. It's not even a bad movie. It's just a movie that's just okay. It's a movie that, I guess in some ways, is kind of like Lightyear, except I'm not as mad as this movie for not being as good as I was with Lightyear, especially since Lightyear had a lot more ambition to it, a lot more promise to it, and it completely backfired on all cylinders. No, looking at the trailers for this, I figure it was going to go one of two ways. It could be something really clever, really funny, which it is sometimes, or it could be something like another Secret Life of Pets movie. Secret Life of Pets, I like the first one. It's probably one of the few Illumination franchises I actually do like, because I am not a big fan of Illumination films. I mean, not a lot of their movies I've really liked. Some of them I do, but nothing to like the same heights as something like from Disney or Pixar or even WB. And you kind of get a mix of both here. There's definitely a lot of Secret Life of Pets vibes to it, but there's also a lot of Bolt vibes to it as well. I mean, it's weird. This movie has a lot of very similar situations and similarities to the movie Bolt, except that Bolt, I think, works a lot better because you like those characters a lot better. It is a very simplistic story, and it doesn't really feel the need to up the ante or do something big and bombastic like this movie does, which you have to accept because it is taking place in the world of DC heroes. I mean, DC comic characters and DC heroes and villains, so obviously you're going to get something big, bombastic, and over the top with it. And, like I said before, it works fine. For kids, I think they'll definitely get a kick out of it. But for somebody like me who was going into it maybe expecting a lot more, considering that this is the same animation studio that gave us the Lego movie, and I've been generally a big fan of everything that this studio has done since they rebranded with the Lego movie and all that, with Stork, Smallfoot, the Tom and Jerry movie they did, and Space Jam: A New Legacy, and the other Lego movies, which I really like. I went in there expecting a little bit more, but I didn't hate the movie. I did come out of it enjoying it for what it was. I will say this, though. The weakest aspect I think of this movie has is the overall comedy factor. I mean, there are moments in here that are funny. There are characters in here that are very funny. I like Kate McKinnon playing the villain. I like this little cat that she adopts when she tries to burn down the animal shelter that all the other animals are in. And even she's just like, I'm not a complete monster. And she just takes this tabby cat and turns it into this villain. And he actually has some of the funnier moments in there in the little scene that he's in. Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, I think, work great. And everybody else, though, I think it's just okay. They don't really do anything to really up this movie to another level. I mean, there are parts where they do stuff that makes no sense. Like Natasha Lyonne's character who plays this turtle, who's obviously a lot old. I guess she's trying to be a lot older, and she she swears, but the swearing is bleeped out. It's like something you'd see if you were watching a movie on television that was edited for television, and they take the bleeps out, or there. It's just like, I mean, why? Why do that? I mean, you could have come up with something a little more clever than that, but that sadly is just the way it is with this movie. Like, some of the jokes there are some jokes that do work, but other times, most of them are just not very funny, and even if they are a little bit funny, they're just chuckles, like little chuckles here and there. There are a lot of them in this movie. Where I think the movie does really benefit is that the animation overall is very good. The animation overall is very well done. I like some of the styles that they go with here. And like I said, most of the voice work is pretty good. Probably my favorite aspect of the movie, the one thing that I'll remember most from it, are the emotional moments. And there are some good, heartfelt, emotional moments in here. Like, I really got invested in the beginning of the film where you see baby Kal-El and baby Krypto as Krypton is falling apart, and Superman's parents are putting him into the thing that's going to send him to Earth. And you have this scene where Krypto is trying to get to Kal-El, and Superman's father is just holding him back until Krypto's just like, screw it, I'm going to go in there with him. And it is a very heartfelt moment. It's a very nice scene. It's very well done. It's very well animated, and it's a nice little scene right there. There's also another bit where Ace talks about his backstory and how he became an animal shelter dog, and he was adopted into this family, and it was clear that the kid loved him and that the family loved him. And then all of a sudden there's this moment where the baby is getting too close to the steps, and Ace is trying to save him, and the baby is about to slip and fall down the stairs, and Ace has to bite the hand of this kid to save him, and he was trying to save the kid, and the kid starts crying. And then after that, and the parents look at this dog, and it's just like, they just abandoned him. They sent him off to this animal shelter for just this one thing. And it's like, that's gut-wrenching. I mean, that really got to me. It's just like, that's the one thing that's gonna make you get rid of this dog that you obviously really liked, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, he was trying to save my kid, but he also bit my kid. My kid that pisses me off more, that he bit my kid than my kid falling down the stairs and possibly hurting himself even more. Like, Ace was trying to save the kid's life, and he did, but it ended up costing him his home. And like I said, it's a gut-wrenching little scene there. But yeah, overall, those moments do stick out more than the actual comedy, which, for a movie that's supposed to be a comedy, it doesn't really do its job well. But like I said, it does is when those emotional moments happen, the film does merit itself some warrant to it. I mean, it's a tough movie to really get the gist of what I want to say about it, because it's a movie that should be more funnier than it is, but it doesn't feel like it has the, what's the best way to put it? It felt like Warner Brothers was meddling in with this particular one to make a safe and marketable movie for kids, instead of a movie that both kids and adults can like and get invested in. And it felt like they were just trying to copy the Illumination formula, the DreamWorks formula. Is the formula of make a movie that's safe and marketable, will become a hit with kids. Adults will like it because it will shut their kids up, and there'll just be nothing of warrant to it for anyone outside of our target age group. I mean, it's unfortunate that it has to be that way, but it definitely felt like that watching this movie. Like, I did not feel like this is a movie that could transcend the different age groups. This is a movie strictly made for kids, and for kids, yes, they're going to get enjoyment out of it. It is a very harmless movie, I will say that. There's the very few bits of gross-out humor that they have here are very few, like maybe a few seconds. That's about it. And I mean, there's nothing offensive about it whatsoever, which is a positive in most respects, especially when you consider how the Minions movies is just throw themselves to the lowest common denominator to get a laugh out of you. And yeah, like I said, it's a very conflicting movie. I mean, it's a movie that kids are definitely going to love it. I think kids will definitely get a kick out of it. But somebody like me who does like a lot of animated movies, I do like a lot of superhero movies, and I think in my age demographic, as a 30-year-old adult, as an over 30-year-old adult, yeah, I just didn't think it was. I just didn't think it was all that worth it. I mean, I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I got some stuff out of it that I did enjoy. But, oh, excuse me. But yeah, for the most part, I think this is one that's definitely going to be on the side of kids will enjoy this more than the adults will. I think adults will get some enjoyment out of it in brief parts, but for the most part, I just thought it was just an okay movie. I wish it could have been a whole lot better, but for what it is, I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad that there was some stuff in there that I did really like. I just want a little bit more to it. I mean, I just wanted a much better movie to come out of it, but as it is, like I said, I'm glad I saw it. I probably won't rush out to see it again, but I am glad that I did check it out once. I would probably give it somewhere around the range of a matinee, about 3 stars out of 5. So, yeah, I do say it's a warranted good movie. I mean, it does deliver what it promises. It doesn't do what Lightyear tried to do, where they tried to promise you something where you're going to get something incredibly different than what we actually got in the final product, and it fell apart considerably because of that. With this movie, you do get pretty much everything the trailers promise you, and then some. And, yeah, like I said, at a matinee, you can go into it. It's with the kids. The kids will definitely enjoy it. You might get a kick out of it, too. But, yeah, for the most part, it is what it is. So, that's my thoughts on DC League of Super Pets. So, that's going to wrap up another edition of Movie Stop. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, check out two previous episodes on the next page, and I'll see you guys next time for another episode. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, take care.